Lesson 15.3 is finding slope graphically and from 2 points. The directions say to draw a line representing the rise and a line representing the run of the line, and then state the slope in simplest form. So your job is to pick out 2 points that you see on the line, and I always start from the left side of the graph and then work to the right. So I see a point here, and what I mean by a point, because really all these are points on a line, but I want to find a point where I actually know the integer coordinates of it, where it's not a decimal. So it's got to cross through the grid lines, kind of the crosshairs is what I call them. So that's a good point at -8, -1. And then I see another point here at -3, 3. So you can pick any two that you see. From this point, I'm going to count up a certain amount, and so on Delta Math, you'll click and drag up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes to the right. So my vertical distance is 4 over my horizontal distance is 5. That would be that same pattern if I want to find another point. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it would keep going like stair steps. But it's a vertical change over horizontal. So when I say rise, doesn't necessarily mean going up. You'll see that here in problem number 2. I know the slope is negative because it's going down over time. I also see it looks like a point right here at 1, at 0, 1. That's actually called the y-intercept. And then here at 2, -2. So I'm going to count down this time. 1, 2, 3. So that would be a negative, and then I'm going to go right 2. Going right is a positive distance. So I went down 3, right 2. That's my slope. You never want to make it a mixed fraction. You just keep it improper. Number 3, what is the slope of the line that passes through the following points? So what you're really trying to do is subtract, because this is at this height, this is here, subtract those heights to get this change in y. So slope formula is always, it's delta x, or delta y, sorry, over delta x. This little triangle means delta. It actually is a change in y. Comes from taking a y value minus another y value. And they always say y2 minus y1. And then change in x would be x2 minus x1. So my point is at 5, -6, and 20, -3. I underlined my first numbers once because those are x's and this is y. It just helps me. So then to find slope, I'm going to take -3 minus -6 over 20 minus 5. Can't do double negatives, so that turns into plus. -3 plus 6, or 6 minus 3 is 3. 20 minus 5 is 15. But that can simplify because I can divide both numbers by a 3. So that would be 1/5. Is my slope. So it's going up 1, right 5.